Cup. Flags up and they're off. Greenland Park away on the inside, stand now very fast away with Kampala on the outside with Vaguely Great. More Style just in the centre of the field as they race towards us. Sayaf also in the centre, showing a lot of speed. But it's More Style in the inside of Sayaf and Stand On the grey as they swing left-handed and come round to the straight. Stand On running wide, and they're all coming over towards the stand side, as so often happens in this race. Stand On leading them from Sayaf, and the centre of the course is More Style. Just behind those on the outside is Greenland Park. Tracking the leaders on the stand side is Kampala, and King of Spain's also right there with the leaders with the blinkers, but it's More Style, King of Spain, Sayaf. Just behind the leaders is Vaguely Great. Kampala tracking him on the stand side as they pass the halfway marker. More Style pressed by King of Spain. Greenland Park towards the outside with Vaguely Great. Pat Eder is switching Kampala to make his challenge on the outside. Sayaf's losing ground now inside the two, and it's More Style and Lester Vickett. Pressed by King of Spain on the stand side. Kampala coming fast on the outside with Vaguely Great. But coming to the furlong, it's More Style and Lester Vickett drawing away now. More Style from Kampala on the outside of King of Spain, then Vaguely Great and Sayaf well inside the final furlong, and another devastating display by More Style, storming away to win. At the line, More Style's the winner, Kampala second. King of Spain is third, then Sayaf and Vaguely Great, then Greenland Park, and the last two to finish were Cruise Hill and Stan. Comfortably in second place, Sanu towards the outside, Cruise Hill is towards the rails. These four are clear as they pass the 4 furlong marker. Sayaf running very fast, the leader by 2 lengths, and Walter Swinburne sitting comfortably on Marwell. Sanu is third, Cruise Hill's behind these. Then comes Run It and Prince Echo on the rails. At the halfway point, Sayaf by a couple of lengths from Marwell in second. Cruise Hill getting a bit closer, Sanu being pushed along on the outside. Prince Echo coming with a run on the rails, and Run It is last. 2 furlongs to run, and it's still Sayaf by 2 or 3 lengths from Marwell, now being shaken up by Walter Swinburne. Behind these, Cruise Hill is finishing well with Prince Echo, but it's Sayaf still holding on to a lead of a couple of lengths as they come to the furlong. Sayaf is coming under pressure, and Marwell is closing on him, but has Marwell got too much to do? Here comes Marwell now, coming with a brilliant run on the outside. Marwell strikes the front with 100 yards to go. Run It finishing fast. At the line, it's the battle between Run It and Marwell. A desperately close thing. Sayaf is third, I think. Cruise Hill behind that, and the last two were Prince Echo and Sanu. So a race that changed dramatically in the last few strides, because having taken a bit of time to get going, Marwell hit the front inside.
Arab from Sober now. Then comes Habibti on the inside, is on stage. Then comes Baudelaire, and finally Forvados. But Saif El Arab setting a blistering pace. Now is Mark Birch going to go over towards the stand side? Yes, he's making it right over towards the stand side. It's Saif El Arab taking him along at a tremendous gallop in this Vernon Sprint Cup. From Sober in second place, then comes Baudelaire, then Habibti, then on stage the stable companion of Saif El Arab as they run past the 3 furlong pole. Saif El Arab in the lead. From Sober, who's being tracked by Habibti. Edward Hyde has switched Baudelaire right over towards the stands rails now, and it's Saif El Arab being pressed by Sober. Then Habibti travelling very smoothly just in behind him. Baudelaire's got it to do on the stand side, and now Sober and Habibti. Habibti coming there very strongly now to take the initiative off Sober, and it's Habibti going away from Sober. Baudelaire's not going to get in a challenge at all, and Habibti's going to become the first English trained filly to win the Vernons. She's striding away to win it very comfortably indeed, and Willie Carson makes this a procession at the line. Habibti is the winner, and Sober is second, and on stage is third, and 4 Barbados, and 5 Saif El Arab, and 6 and last was Baudelaire. And so the result of the 1983 Vernon Sprint is first, number 9 Habibti, owned by Mr. M.A. Mutawa, trained by John Dunlop and written by Willie Carson. Second was number 3 Sober, owned by Mrs. Muriel Hills, trained by David Chapman and written by David Nichols. And third was number 5 On Stage, owned by Mr. A. Fusdock, trained by Bill O'Gorman and written by Tony Ives. They're in, they're under orders, and they're away. Fast break by Sharpo and Sayaf, and also Sanu, and Sayaf going on now from Sanu. Then comes Indian King on the inside. Sharpo's been dropped back to 4th as they race towards the home turn. Sayaf with the advantage from Indian King, who's now gone second. Then comes Sanu. Fearless Lad tracking him, and Sharpo swings wide towards the outside with Jester alongside him. They're racing towards the 3 furlong pole now already in the Vernon Sprint, and it's still Sayaf taking him along at a blistering pace from Indian King, and he's got a big advantage at the moment. Sayaf from Indian King. Sharpo's moved into 3rd. Then comes Sanu. Then comes Great Eastern and then Fearless Lad and Jester behind them, and then Sweet Monday and Hello Cuddles is the back marker, and they're coming to the quarter-mile pole now. And it's still Sayaf in the lead from Indian King second, then comes Sharpo, Fearless Lad and Great Eastern. They're racing down towards the furlong pole, and it's still Sayaf being pressed by Indian King. Then comes Fearless Lad, then Sharpo, and Sharpo's got a lot to do, and he's not going to do it as they race into the closing furlong. It's Indian King striding away now from Fearless Lad and Sayaf, and Great Eastern putting in a tremendous finish, but as they come up towards the line, Indian King is going to win it, and at the line Indian King is the winner, second is Great Eastern, and third Fearless Lad, then came Sayaf and Sharpo. Yes, Edward last in. Never So Bold, 9-4 from 5-2. Edward Hyde riding his 12th Vernon Sprint Cup. This the 18th running. They're under starters' orders, and they're away. Godston breaks fast, and also Spark Chief. And it's Godston and Spark Chief, the early leaders, with a clear advantage at the moment as they race towards the home turn. Patong has gone third, then Abibti just in behind him, and then Committed on the rail, and Kirshner's the back marker. Turning into the straight already, and it's Spark Chief and Godston coming right over towards the stand side, Godston, or the centre of the course rather, and it's Spark Chief now with the advantage, being tracked by Habibti. Over on the far rail is Committed. Patong the grey is between them. They're coming down towards the 3 furlong marker. Spark Chief in the lead from Patong. Then comes Committed, got slightly chopped on the fence there. Godston on the near side, coming down towards the 2 furlong pole, and it's Spark Chief from Patong. And then on the near side, Godston just in behind them, Habibti, and then Committed. Committed having a job to find room now. The favourite, they're coming down towards the furlong pole, and it's Patong. And Bruce Raymond bidding for a 3-timer, being pressed by Habibti's last year's winner, and it's Patong from Habibti. Habibti trying to re-establish herself as Committed moves into third. Celestial Dancer's just in behind him, but racing up towards the line. Never So Bold producing a challenge on the near side, and it's Habibti and Patong, and at the line it's a photo between Patong and Habibti, with Never So Bold third and Committed 4. Habibti and Patong in a photo from Never So Bold and Committed. Those are the first 4 in the 1984 Vernon Sprint Cup, and a very close photo indeed it is too. A photo between Patong and Habibti, with Never So Bold breathing down their necks, and no doubt about it, the favourite didn't have a good run at all.
Dominating the race, they're all in, under orders and off, and Gabbard was a little bit slowly away, and fast away is Grey Dejour. Grey Dejour towards the centre of the course. Orajoya also disputing it, Cragside towards the outside, and Grey Dejour taking quite a pull as they come round towards the straight, and Gabbard's made up the lost ground, and it's Grey Dejour who leads from Gabbard and Orajoya, and they're all coming over towards the stand side, and Defane is right up with the leaders as well, but it's Grey Dejour who leads the charge to the stand side, tracked by Cragside, and the centre is Orajoya. Towards the outside is Sharp Romance. Sharp Romance is tracked by Miss Stamford. Towards the wide outside is Gabbard. Defane just tracking the leaders, and Primo Domini almost last as they pass the 3 furlong marker, but going well. On the rails, it's Grey Dejour. Orajoya cruising through to join that. Sharp Romance towards the outside. Defane just tracking Orajoya. Prima Domini towards the outside as they pass the 2 furlong marker. Sharp Romance, Orajoya, Grey Dejour, Primo Domini coming under pressure. Defane coming under pressure, not finding a lot as they come down to the final furlong. It's Orajoya. Orajoya from Sharp Romance on the outside. Here comes Primo Domini. Grey Dejour's behind this, but it's Orajoya. Orajoya from Primo Domini. Primo Domini on the outside, but Orajoya's holding on. 50 years to run. It's Orajoya holding on at the line. Orajoya in a photo with Primo Domini, and Defane hampered in third place. Behind those then came Grey Dejour and Sharp Romance, and Miss Stamford, and the last 2 were Cragside, and last of all was Gabbard. So a thrilling finish to the Vernon Sprint Cup, with Primo Domini closing with every stride, but did he get up in time? Orajoya for me just holding on in a photo with Primo Domini, with the filly Defane right on their heels. Grey Dejour, who made so much of the running, was unquestionably fourth. Well, it looked to me as though the stout runners were second and third, and certainly an unlucky run for Defane. Prima Domini seemed to have every chance, but didn't quite. And Green Desert just missed a beat as Hallgate was very, very fast indeed away. Double Schwartz also fast away with Posidino towards the stand side, and Posidino has pulled his way into the lead. Posidino on the stand side from Grey Desire and Roaring Reaver on the far side as they come down towards the 4 furlong marker. Posidino, Grey Desire, Roaring Reaver, and the 2 favourites just tucked in behind the leaders. Hallgate's been taken back on the far rails. He's running pretty free as well as they come down towards the halfway mark. Grey Desire, Roaring Reaver towards the far side, tracked by Hallgate. On the stand side, Posidino is settled now, tracked by Double Schwartz, and he in turn is tracked by Green Desert. Walter Swinburne just about last as they come to the 2 furlong marker with his hands full. Posidino on the stand side, Roaring River on the far side, and Grey Desire's in between those 2. John Reed just starting to make his move in the stand side with Double Schwartz, and Walter Swinburne looking good on Green Desert as they come down to the furlong marker. Polycratus bursts through in the centre, and here comes Double Schwartz and Green Desert on the stand side. Green Desert storms into the lead, but Hallgate's there on the far side. Green Desert on this side, Hallgate on the far side, and they're drawing clear. Green Desert from Hallgate, 50 yards to run. It's Green Desert going away, but Hallgate's battling back at the line. Green Desert wins it in the photo from Hallgate. Polycratus is third, 4th was Double Schwartz, 5th was Bridesmaid, 6th was Roaring Reaver, 7th was Grey Desire, and last of the 8th was Posidino.
They're all in for the Vernon Sprint, and they're running. Governor General breaks very fast, and it's Governor General, the early leader from Adjdal. Then Handsome Sailor over on the far side, the right of the picture as we see them. Right over on the left is Mr. Majestic. Governor General is the leader from Adjdal as they race down into the 2nd furlong. Governor General from Adjdal. Handsome Sailor over on the far side. Interval is tucked in just behind the leaders. Still Governor General from Adjdal. Handsome Sailor on the outside. Pat Edery towards the left of the picture on interval as they pass the 3 furlong pole. Adjdal and Governor General pretty well together now from Handsome Sailor. Interval cruising there on the inside, though, on the left of the pictures we see them as they come down to the 2 furlong pole. And it's Adjdal in the centre. On the left is Interval being chased up there by Pat Edery. On the right, Handsome Sailor putting in a very good run. They're coming down towards the furlong pole. Adjdal has the advantage now from Handsome Sailor. Sharp Romance putting in a run over on the far side. It's Adjdal from Handsome Sailor and Sharp Romance as they race into the final 100 yards. It's Adjdal under the stand rail from Sharp Romance and Handsome Sailor. Adjdal is going to win it in great style at the line. Adjdal is the winner. Sharp Romance is 2nd. Handsome Sailor is 3rd. Polycratus is 4. 5 Interval, 6 Governor General, 7 and 8 were Whippet and Mr. Majestic. And so the result of the 1987 Vernon Sprint Cup, the 21st running. First, number 6, Adjdal. Yes, she's the last in there, under orders and away. And all making their way over towards the stand side. Gariba's fast away, so's Polycratus, and so's Print well up there too. And it's Print and Handsome Sailor right up with them as well. And it's Gariba from Polycratus and Handsome Sailor and Print. Just behind them come Big Shuffle and Cowend over on the far side. Silver Fling tucked just in behind the leaders. It's Handsome Sailor though in the Sangster colours in the lead from Gariba, a little between these 2. Then comes Polycratus. Big Shuffle for Ireland over on the far side, being tracked by Cowend also for Ireland. Polycratus not far behind the lead. Silver Fling is tucked in just behind Handsome Sailor. It's Handsome Sailor with the advantage from Gariba. Big Shuffle, Cowend behind them, Silver Fling and Polycratus, and then comes Dowsing coming past the 2 furlong pole. Handsome Sailor with the advantage from Big Shuffle, challenging on the far side the Sheepskin Noseband. Another Sheepskin Noseband between the 2 is Silver Fling coming there strongly, and it's Silver Fling now, the filly who's taken it up from Handsome Sailor. Then comes over on the far side Dowsing with also Cowend putting in a run. It's Silver Fling under the stands rail from Dowsing, the challenger now as they race into the closing stages. Silver Fling and Dowsing, these 2 as they race up towards the line. Silver Fling and Dowsing coming to the line together. At the line, Dowsing and Silver Fling in a photo. Dowsing may have just got up. Cowend was 3rd and 4. Big Shuffle behind them came Handsome Sailor and Ambalada. Behind them, Sharp Romance. Behind them was Polycratus and then Print. Gariba dropped out to be last. It's a photo.
Silver Fling just stumbles coming out of the stores. Carrera fast away on the outside towards the stand side. Dane Hill showing good speed. And Shuttlecock Corner in the centre, that's running along very fast as well. But it's Dane Hill on the stand side, Shuttlecock Corner in the centre, Carrera running very, very fast on the outside of the field, tracked by A Prayer for Wings. In the centre, it's Silver Fling, just beautifully positioned as they come down towards the 4. But it's now Holst who leads. Holst, the challenger from France in the Abdullah colours, joined by Shuttlecock Corner towards the outside. Carrera's right there. Silver Fling just tracking the leaders. Dane Hill's tracking the leaders on the stand side as they come beyond the halfway point. Shuttlecock Corner, Carrera on the outside. Silver Fling in between those 2. Holster's on the rails. Dane Hill's tracking that one. Cricket Ball is looking for run on the rails, and on the outside a Prayer for Wings is coming fast. But now Shuttlecock Corner comes under pressure and is joined by Silver Fling in the centre. Carrera drops away. Here comes Danehill on the outside as they come down to the final furlong. It's Silver Fling pressed now by Danehill. Danehill storms into the lead from Silver Fling. A Prayer for Wings finishing fast on the outside, but it's Danehill going to win this race for the second year running for Khalid Abdullah. Danehill storms away to win the Ladbrook Sprint. Danehill wins it. Cricket Ball runs on to be second. A Prayer for Wings is third. Silver Fling is fourth. Then Shuttlecock Corner and Mansion House. Then Carrera, Run to Jenny, and last was Holst. So the result of the Ladbrook Sprint Cup, a resounding win for number 5 Danehill, owned by Prince Khalid Abdullah, trained by Jeremy Tree and ridden by Pat Heddery. They went in first without any difficulties at all. They're under orders for the Vernons, and they're off, and Dejour burst out on the stand side. So does Dead Certain, who's very fast away on the stand side, and towards the centre it's the French Challenger, who is running very fast indeed, Ron's Victory, and Great Chaddington's also Todd is also up there with the leaders, but it's Dejour on the rails. Willie Carson's got over to the rails, and he leads by 2 from Todd in second. Ron's Victory on the outside, tracked by Duck and Dive. On the outside is Pharaoh's Delight making a bit of ground. And Dead Certain is not running a race at all. Look at her head. Dead Certain dropping right out of it, the same as happened at Newbury. It's Dejour on the rails, pressed by Todd. On the outside, the Frenchman Ron's Victory. Here comes Great Commotion with a big run as they race down past the 2 furlong marker. Dejour by 2. Great Commotion coming to challenge. On the wide outside, it's Ron's Victory battling on. But Dejour is storming clear. This is a sensational performance. Dejour going 4-5 lengths clear on the ground that he doesn't really like. Here comes the Irish Challenger Royal Academy, closing the gap a little bit, but Willie Carson's cruising home on Dejour. Dejour, a real champion sprinter. Royal Academy pursues him home, but Dejour wins it at the line. Royal Academy is second. Pharaoh's Delight is third. Fourth was Great Commotion. Fifth was the French Challenger Ron's Victory, then Duck and Dive, and then Todd. And last of the 8, or last except for Dead Certain, was Stadipleast. Dead Certain, who had a complete off day today, but a sensational success for number 3 Dejour in the Ladbrook Sprint Cup. Dejour owned by Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum, trained by Major Dick Hearn and ridden by... Shadi just stumbles a little bit coming out of the stalls, but she jumps well. Mystico jumps well, and Shalford against the rails, that's running very fast indeed, as is Amiga Manor, but it's Sheikh Albadou who takes them along. Sheikh Albadou in the white and red colours, tracked by Shadi in the outside. In the centre, running very fast is the grey Mystico. On the rails is Shalford. Just behind those is the orange colours of Amiga Manor, but as they come down to the 4 furlong marker, very close between Amiga Manor with the blinkers, Shalford on the rails on the outside, Sheikh Albadou. Just behind those now is Mystico on the wide outside, the filly Shadaid being ridden along by Willie Carson, just nudged along, and Polar Forker is last of the 6 runners as they come down towards the 2 furlong marker. On the rails, Shalford. On the outside, Sheikh Albadou. Sheikh Albadou takes it up, pressed by Shadaid on the wide outside. Polar Forker's getting closer now. Mystico's dropping right out of it as they come down to the furlong, and Bruce Raymond goes for his whip on Sheikh Albadou, but Sheikh Albadou it is. Sheikh Albadou with Polar Falcon coming fast on the stand side. Shadaid's beaten in the final furlong. It's Cash Asmussen coming fast on Polar Falcon. Polar Falcon takes it up inside the final furlong and storms away in the Ladbrook Sprint. Polar Falcon wins it for France from Sheikh Albadou second. Shadaid is third. Mystico fourth. Fifth was Shalford, and sixth was Amiga Manor. So a great triumph for Polar Falcon. A terrific triumph for this horse, who finished 4th in the July Cup, came from last to first under a brilliant ride from the former champion Cash Asmussen, former French champion. He wins it. Number 3 Polar Falcon, owned in partnership by Mr. David Thompson and Mr. P.A. Leonard, trained by John Hammond in France and ridden by...
They're running, and Shalford's fast away towards the left of the picture, and it's Shalford on the inside. In the centre, Mr. Brooks showing with his white face. Sizzling Saga's right up with the lead, and so is Bletchley Park. And Bletchley Park on the far side, but Shalford on the near side, the leader. Shalford from Sizzling Saga. Bletchley Park towards the far side. Wolfhound comes next. Leicester's dropped in Mr. Brooks. Sheikh Albadou towards the far side with Wild Rufo. Shalford towards the left of the picture. Bletchley Park between horses, Sizzling Saga. Wolfhound going well towards the left, being tracked by Tabab. Over on the far side, Wild Rufo and Sheikh Albadou, and Leicester still sitting pretty but in rear on Mr. Brooks as they come past the halfway mark, and Shalford's the leader from Bletchley Park. Then Mr. Brooks, who's cruising now towards the lead. Sizzling Saga's losing ground. Wolfhound's under pressure. They're coming down towards the furlong marker, and as they do so, it's Shalford the leader, but being pressed by Mr. Brooks on the near side and Sheikh Aladu on the far side. Sheikh Aladu has stormed into the lead on the far side, chased by Mr. Brooks. It's Sheikh Aladu from Mr. Brooks as they race up towards the line. Sheikh Aladu from Mr. Brooks, and Sheikh Albadu's going to run it well at the line. Sheikh Albadu's the winner, and Mr. Brooks is second. It's very close for third, with Wolfhound just possibly getting up to shade Shalford, with Wild Rufo next behind them. Sizzling Saga to Bab, and Bletchley Park actually finished.
They're ready. Stand by for start. Racing. Jumped away in a good line too on the left of picture. Hamas into stride quickly. Lock Song on the left with the sheepskin noseband is going to lead though. In behind them in the yellow is Sharp Prod, and up there as well Wolfhound. Dropping in behind is Sharp Prod in the royal colours. Over on the right of picture is Cat Rail, and College Chapel trails the field as they go through the first furlong and a half. Lock Song it is who leads clearly from Hamas on the near side. They're going like the wind as they pass the half mile. In third placing next is Pip's Pride. Further back in the field, Wolfhound scrubbed up now. Back in the field, Cat Rail from Sharp Prod, and still last of all is College Chapel as they run inside the 3 furlong marker now, and it's Lock Song up in the lead, being tackled by Hamas on the right of picture. Up there as well Pip's Pride, followed then by Wolfhound behind them from Cat Rail, Sharp Prod, and College Chapel has it all to do. A furlong and a half left to go. It's Lock Song still holding on the far side though. Challenging now is Wolfhound. In behind them Hamas has dropped away. Further back then is Cat Rail running a big race, followed then by College Chapel, who can't win. 50 yards left to go though. It's Wolfhound who powers into the lead on the near side, and Wolfhound coming away from Michael Roberts is going to win the big one. In second placing is Cat Rail, Sheikh Mohammed 1-2. Third is Lock Song, followed by College Chapel. Further back is Pip's Pride from Sharp Prod, and Hamas is last to finish. Number 2, Wolfhound in the colours of Sheikh Mohammed, trained by John Gosden at Newmarket, ridden by Michael Roberts.
And jumping away then in the Haydock Park Sprint, and a very level break. Tomba away well with Indian Rocket racing freely towards the near side, and Royal Applause has a good position, the stands rail. Coastal Bluff is racing quickly towards the wide outside, chased then by Dane Time, and then Muchir. A bit of a barging match between Averti and Tomba in the early stages, and Ted Barrow is well back. The favourite has the call through the first furlong and a half or so. It's Royal Applause by a couple of lengths to Indian Rocket. Manasib in the red cap, working out then to Coastal Bluff towards the outside as they pass the halfway stage. Dane Time is well covered up. Ted Burrow towards the outside, chased by Muchia, and then Averti with only one behind, and that is Tomba. Entering the final quarter mile, can they get by Royal Applause, who's still travelling well in the lead. Coastal Bluff now staking a claim in second. Ted Burrow running a big race third towards the outside. Dane Time is pulled out from Averti, but Royal Applause has burst clear, running down to the final furlong. It's Royal Applause kept going in front. Dane Time is coming at him in second. Then Ted Burrow. Tomba is flying through from the back, but surely can't catch this leader. Royal Applause out in front. Tomba goes second. Dane Time the outside rallying, but Royal Applause lands the spoils in good style comfortably. Dane Time got second. Then Tomba in third. Averti crossed the line in fourth. Coastal Bluff only beat one in the end, well beaten, a bit disappointing, the Nunthorpe dead heater, but no doubt about this, Royal Applause has made just about all the running. Royal Applause, trained by Barry Hills, ridden by his son Michael, and making up for his somewhat surprising defeat by Compton Place in the July Cup. Back to winning ways today, Royal Applause in this Haydock Park Sprint Cup.
Well, this is just how Royal Applause likes a race to go. He was able to dominate, but there was an awful lot of barging at this stage, because Michael Kinane had a job to get Dane Time settled. He was he'd made his mind up he was going to get him pulled in. As he moves over to his right, he tightens up Averti. Also doesn't do Muchia any favours, but he does get him switched off, loses 3 or 4 lengths, and I'm not sure that made any difference. I think basically the problem was he just almost got too good a start, John. But this horse had the pick of the draw, right up against the rail, and you'll see in just a few moments that Michael Hills can afford a little look over his left shoulder. Already the distress signals beginning to come out from Kevin Darley on Coastal Bluff. Big step up in company this. Also on Dane Time, 3 or 4 beginning to run on, but this horse of Barry Hills got them all cooked.
Ironic that Dane Time and Tomba should be involved in the early season, early race bumping, You can't say that it cost them the race because Royal Applause wins fair and square. Nevertheless, the second and third were the so-called unlucky ones.
And here's the SP, first number 4, Royal Applause.